So, 26 minutes past 8, people who live in isolated rural areas of Ireland could be given the freedom to drive to the pub, have a few drinks, and then drive home without running the risk of being arrested.
A group of councillors in Kerry have backed a plan to relax the limits for some people, saying it would help combat loneliness. Police would have the power to issue permits, but the idea has been met with outrage from road safety charities.
Well, let's talk to Councillor Danny Healy-Rae, who proposed the motion. Joins us now from court. Very good morning to you.
Good morning to you and your listeners.
Well, it's lovely to see you. Now, just explain this. There is a rule about drink driving. You cannot drive when you are over a certain limit. Why should Kerry be different?
Well, the area that I represent, there are many isolated rural areas, and you know, people living in these areas are suffering from what is known as rural isolation. These people live far away maybe from their neighbours, and you know, they were used to being able to come to the local pub, have 2 or 3 drinks and drive home. For the last number of years that is not the case, and many of these people are taking home bottles of whisky now and drinking unregulated amounts and falling into depression, and some of them have even committed suicide. Now, the problem has been raised to me at my clinics. I'm a Kerry County Councillor, and many people have come to me over the last 12 months especially to try to do something for rural people that are suffering this route.
Okay, so you want them to have a special... Right, so you want them to have a special dispensation so that somebody would give them a pass. They can drive home drunk, effectively. But what about the road safety issue?
What I'm asking is just that the limit be raised a little bit so that they could have the 2 or 3 drinks, but only to come to their nearest pub and drive home from their nearest pub on very minor local roads where you don't have any traffic, and where, you know, where it isn't necessary to have the strict regulations or rules that apply to commercial or professional drivers. The 20 milligram rule applies as well to anyone driving a tractor, a van or a jeep, which they need in rural areas, and the same rule that applies to professional or commercial drivers. I feel this is very unfair and very unnecessary because
I'm totally sorry.
And we're asking the minister to give you know, discretion to the local guard to issue permits to people who would qualify for living in these rural areas, and would allow them to drive with just 2 or 3 drinks at very low speeds.
Okay. Councillor Danny Healy-Rae, unfortunately we have to leave it there. Just to clarify, the Council will now write to the Department of Justice requesting that change in the law. It is a move which has been condemned by road safety charities.